Welcome back inside the studio. Now joined by some representatives from the Blaine football team. Out on the far side, Jack Haring, then Tony Strand, Lucas Becker, and Will Fredrickson. Gentlemen, thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
We're going to start with Jack on the far side. Jack, senior season, regular season numbers were outstanding for you. Did you feel like coming into this year that that was attainable for you individually and that those individual statistics would translate into what happened as a team?
Yeah, I did. I thought that they were going to happen because our offensive line and our defense were so good, and our defense would give us great field position and not force us to have to put up so many points, and our offensive line was going to give me time and open up holes for the running game as well. So I thought we were going to come in and have a great season like we did.
You threw quite a bit. You had a lot of options to go to. What was that process for you, feeling out all these receivers that you were going to work with?
Yeah, it was great. Like you said, we have a lot of good receivers on our squad. I don't even know who our leading receiver was because we had so many just catch a lot of balls every game. I don't think there was one receiver each game that had like 10 catches a game and for like 200 yards. It was all spread out between all our guys because they're just so talented.
Giving kudos to the O-line, to your receivers so far. One other thing that you did all season that might not have been as big a factor in previous years for a quarterback is hold. And you were holding for Ben Greenberg all season. He was named second team All-Metro. What was that experience like, and how did it change maybe, do you think, for a team that wouldn't kick as much and then the pressure situations that you guys got in together?
Yeah, it definitely helped having a kicker, knowing that we get inside the 30-yard line. We don't have to get nervous about going for it on a 4th and 3 or 4th and mid-range because we know we have a kicker that can make it from that distance, which is unbelievable.
What's up next for you? Nothing in the winter, right? Baseball in the spring?
Yeah, baseball in the spring.
How are you feeling about baseball this year?
Very good. I think we'll be a good team.
Beautiful. Well, we'll look forward to that. Let's move inside. Tony Strand, the senior, played a little offense, played a lot of defense, did some nice things on special teams. Did you just want to be on the field at all times?
Yeah, I love being on the field.
I made Jack talk about someone else. I'm going to make you all talk about someone else on the team. I got two for you. Tyler Strand, All-Metro team as well, named by the Star Tribune. What's it like, that dynamic between you two?
I think it was amazing just being on the field with them for the last year. I had to play football, and it just brought a special bond that, it just was there. We didn't mean to have it, but it was just there, and we were just loving every second of it.
Talk about dynamic. You and Jason Call seem pretty dynamic at the safety positions. Was it a competition to see who would get the most interceptions, or what was it like playing with him all season?
No, it was never a competition. We were just supporting each other out throughout the season, and yeah, we each had a lot of picks, but I mean, Jason one game, he's like, all right, now I got to get one next game, and it's just how it went sometimes. But we knew we had each other back most of the game.
Sure, sure. A lot of big moments, a lot of great games this last season for the football team. Did you have a favorite?
The favorite game?
Just a favorite moment, favorite experience, something that you'll never forget?
I would say the Prior Lake game, which is our last game at Bengals Stadium. For us seniors especially, it was a good way to go out.
How was that new turf on that last game? Was that nice to add that in?
Yeah, it was super nice.
Baseball as well for you after basketball?
Yep.
What positions were you guys?
I play shortstop.
And?
Infield anywhere.
Infield anywhere? Perfect. Well, we'll look forward to the infield in the spring. Let's move on to Lucas Becker. Lucas, I believe it was homecoming. Brand new, beautiful uniforms. You apparently didn't like it much. What happened?
First series, I don't know what happened, but I don't remember, but it got ripped right away. I was kind of bummed out about it, but.
Is that when the number switch started, or had it begun already before that?
No, the number switch is mostly because of offensive line, because I want to help out the team and get some depth in that. So.
I asked Tony about his favorite moment. I know my favorite moment watching you was the first half of that White Bear Lake game. It just seemed like you were in the backfield on every single play. Did you feel like that was your best game?
I'd say that was just it was kind of the most fun, enjoyable game. Just playing in the snow all the time, it was just fun.
The guy that I want to hear you talk about is on the inside as well, and that's Chris Logan, because we watched you and talked about all the things you did, but he was right next to you all season long. What was it like playing with him?
Chris, he started out at defensive end, and props to him because he got to learn a new position. And he ended up being an awesome fit for us to play nose guard with us. So,
we had some of these guys talk about other all-Metro team players, but you're on there. You're the guy. Neat to win that sort of thing?
What'd you say?
Is it neat to be recognized in those sorts of ways?
No, I'd give most of the credit to my team for always supporting me and always kind of giving me the pat on my back and making me look good, because they make it easy for me. So.
Well, let's move on to Will Fredrickson, who we've had on after games a couple of times, and I know he's not shy about talking about other people. So let's start right there. You got into all of the playing time that you did because of the injury to Tim. Tell me about what it was like watching him try to get back on the sidelines while filling his shoes.
Yeah, you know, big props to Tim Maffey, because he was a major senior leader on this team this year, and he was named a captain. And going into the season, I wasn't really sure how much playing time I was going to get. I wasn't really sure how much playing time he was going to get. And I kind of liked what we had going at the beginning. You know, we were trading off pretty well. And then he's had past injury with his ankle, and it kind of came back up, and he was fighting through it, and he didn't want to let anybody know that he was hurt, but you could tell because he could barely walk off the field, and coach would say, "Maffey, you're hurt," and he'd say, "No, coach, I want to be in." And you know, it's hard to see that for somebody else, because you want everybody else to do as well as they can. And you know, it helped a lot for me, obviously, because I got to be in a little bit more, but I think that Maffey just did an amazing job doing what he did, and he was always positive about what happened, and there was never any negativity towards anybody on the team, and he never blamed anybody, and he was always just really positive, and I thought that he did a really good job getting through what happened to him, especially in his senior year. So.
He was a senior. Everyone else up here is a senior. You're just a sophomore, but you got to be a big part of this state run, go to state. How does that motivate you, and how do you feel like you need to step up going into next year to be a leader?
Yeah, I think it was really helpful to be able to see this senior class, because every single one of these guys is a major leader, and it was a very, very good senior class, and I felt very blessed to be able to work with them. And my motivation going into next year is just bring the same type of leadership role and hopefully be as positive as all these guys were, and help to lead my teammates to be just as good as them. So
next year for you is maybe a question mark for me. I don't know. You were a quarterback before this season. You were running back all of this season. What's the hope for you next year?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I've been working a little bit of quarterback, you know, running back too. And next season, I think we're just going to go into it open-minded, looking at everything, looking at what's best for the team. And hopefully by the first game, we figure out where I'm going to be playing. So.
Sure. Kenton, where are you? There you go.
I'm here.
Hey,
Hi,
you got something?
Yeah, I do. You took my quarterback question, but that's a good question. My next question is for Becker mode. I want to know who was the toughest lineman that you went up against this year? Your biggest battle, your nemesis.
The toughest lineman, I'd have to say the Prior Lake guy probably gave me the most struggle, because he was really long and he was physical and went after the whistle every play, or to the whistle every play. So I'll give him props for that. So.
All right, we do have one question.
We have an audience question.
We have an audience question. All right, introduce yourself, what your name is, and then who you're asking the question to, and then what your question is.
I'm Greta Stoffaker. I guess I'll ask the whole group. What was your favorite part of playing at the U.S. Bank Stadium?
My favorite part was definitely running out with all my brothers that I got to work with all year to get to that point, so it was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, seeing all the supporters in the student section was pretty cool. The student section was pretty big.
I thought it was just a really cool stadium. I watched every Vikings game ever since I can ever remember, and I thought it was really cool just being in that stadium.
I would say it's just the accomplishment as a team that we all together worked our butts off to get there. So.
I'm glad she asked that, because I forgot they went to state.
That was a great question. Probably better.
11-1, guys. It was really fun to watch this season. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's check in with JW.
Thank you.